It's E3 time, everybody. Been like 2 years since we got one of these. Didn't have one last year. So, first, what did Sony show this year? Sony wasn't at E3. In fact, it's actually the second time since they haven't been at E3. They seceded from the event back in 2019, or they weren't at 2019, and there was no 2020. So Sony's now a separatist faction. They have their own event, and that wasn't here. So I guess moving on. So Microsoft makes games, right? Wrong. Obviously not. You knew that. Except, maybe. Microsoft did actually show off a few things this year that I feel like mentioning. Now, we all know, Microsoft recently, like a few months ago, bought Bethesda, so they're also going to be part of this section here, which is probably why that their section was kind of larger, because that's actually a large game studio. And, Xbox has a great track record with buying up promising game studios and just making them completely improve and not go straight into the ground. That's never happened. Now it's Microsoft, so obviously the biggest thing they're going to be pushing is Halo. And yeah, Halo Infinite was there, and I'm going to be honest, it actually looks like a real video game that will be released in our universe, which is a stark contrast to when we saw it last, where it was looking like somewhat of a pipe dream that would probably just be stuck in production hell. Now, I know what I'm about to say. It's quite obvious. This isn't going to make Xbox the #1 console. I mean, one game just literally can't do that no matter what. But it does look promising, actually. You got that grappling hook, you got some small tweaks to gameplay to just kind of change the feel of the combat and make it a little bit more fast-paced and engaging. And, I'm looking forward to it. I'd say it at least better than Halo 5, from what I can tell. And that's not saying a lot, but I do think this is something worth looking at. The first thing Bethesda brought out is a new title called Starfield. It's coming out November next year. The trailer says it's humanity's final voyage into the stars. I mean, I don't really know. I mean, it's in space. It's called Starfield. You can probably figure that out. I mean, it's got the new Creation 2 engine. They've been working on this for some time. It's the first time they're going to be using it. And I mean, I don't know. Could be good. I'll say it could be at least better than Fallout 76. Speaking of Fallout 76, they were also at E3. They had some content updates, and it fixed everything. The game is good now. Yeah, definitely. Outer Worlds 2 got announced, got a pretty fun trailer, kind of, I mean, like, surprisingly, like, meta, like, a lot of fourth wall breaking, which wasn't really in the first game, but, I mean, first game was good, it's pretty funny, so they're going with that, and, yeah, hopefully it'll be as good as the original. I'm looking forward to it. Square showed off some future Final Fantasy projects in a trailer that now holds the record for the most uses of the word chaos.
I'm here to kill chaos. Looks like chaos has been waiting for us. I want to kill chaos.
Sure chaos is here?
Yeah. This is the shrine of chaos. Chaos. We're here to kill chaos.
I become chaos.
There was also some Life is Strange stuff, like a remaster of the original and a new game. But most of their time was devoted to, like, Avengers things. You guys remember the Avengers game that came out last year? Yeah, it was awful, that one. I mean, they got this Black Panther DLC that really has just nothing going for it to make it seem even remotely interesting. But the most important thing they really wanted is they showed off their next one, like a full game, not just DLC. They're going to make a Guardians of the Galaxy game. It's going to be bad. It's just going to not be good. The writing and the story from the Avengers game was just not good, and no, they're just not going to be able to make this interesting. The gameplay's not going to change. It's just going to be bad. It could even be worse. I don't know. Best case scenario, it's the same tier, which is... That best is not the right word in that sentence, but you get the point. Nintendo had a strong showcase this year. They started off with announcing Kazuya from Tekken for Super Smash Bros. I mean, he's just out here just dropping everyone off a cliff. I don't know. Thought the trailer was pretty good. And I mean, honestly, even if you're not a Tekken fan, at least, it's not that. I mean, one of these has a slight edge over the other. That's all I'm saying. We got the first Metroid game in 19 years to return to a 2D style of gameplay, bring back a lot of elements from Samus Returns, and just some brand new features, power-ups, stuff. You got these Emmy dudes, kind of almost like stealth gameplay. It's pretty cool. I mean, like, there's a new WarioWare, Mario Party Superstars, just some interesting prospects altogether. But we all know what we really got to talk about. Yeah, this is really good. This is sick. Elden Ring got a trailer, and in regular FromSoft style, it's very cryptic, very mysterious, but they did elaborate afterwards. They're saying it's gonna involve a lot more freedom of exploration, and of course you got the old George R. Martin aspect to look forward to and look into. He being like a co-collaborator, they say he kind of like built the framework for which the game takes place in, kind of like some world building, like history and such. I mean, it looks good. It looks really good. Yeah, it's fun. I'm looking forward to it. Probably even play it. You might even see it. I don't know. You should check it out. They're good games. Far Cry 6 got a lot of coverage. And I don't really care. It's a Far Cry game. They've been downhill for a while, but I mean, I will say it really only has one thing going for it, but that's more than the other games, and that one thing being Giancarlo Esposito of Breaking Bad fame playing the main villain. I mean, hopefully it can bring some life or something, just some interesting something to look at while you're playing this game. That'll probably be pretty otherwise boring and tedious, but I don't know, there's that. Battlefield 2042 had a trailer, and I mean, frankly, it just looks good. It just looks pretty dang fun. I mean, it's set in the future, as the name would imply, and it just seems to be delivering on some really large scale and dynamic battlefields, and just a lot of fun new features. I mean, in the trailer we literally got like an ATV that drives off a skyscraper strapped with plastic explosives that blows up a helicopter. I mean, it just looks cool. It does, leaps and miles ahead of Battlefield 5. So yeah, this is cool. This is good stuff, man. 12 Minutes is a game I'm really looking forward to. It's got an all-star cast. You got James McAvoy, Daisy Ridley, and Willem frickin' Dafoe. I mean, it's like a story-based game. It's around like this dude stuck in a 12-minute. What's the name of the game, right? Like time loop sort of thing. Like Groundhog, but like 12 minutes. I mean, there's plenty of time loop things. And I mean, it looks really cool. Like just fascinating. Just such a conceptual idea for a game. And it's just I didn't know about this game before. I think that it had been announced earlier, but this is really cool. I did not expect to be so wowed by such an unexpected title. Microsoft Flight Sim, baby! I don't know, I didn't put this with the other Microsoft titles, probably because no one really cares, but I don't know, the last one, the last year was like, actually everyone was playing it for some reason. It's pretty popular, so now there'll be another one next year. Just like every year, because it's an annual franchise. Also, there's going to be Top Gun DLC. That's what I'm talking about. Stalker 2 just looks good. Psychonauts 2 got a release date. Among Us is getting 15-player lobbies. And the best announcement of the event, Slime Rancher 2, baby! I say that like a jerk, but no, I really am looking forward to this. It's Slime Rancher. I mean, maybe it didn't. Some people, a certain person, thinks it didn't need a sequel, but I don't care. I'm happy that there's going to be more, so that's cool. We got some nice indie games that got showed off. We got Fallen Aces is definitely what I'm looking forward to the most. It's bringing back a lot of elements from just like classic Doom games with like the 2D images as enemies, but it just looks really really nice, and I love the art style. And we had like was it like Larcenauts is like a VR game that looks fun. Hopefully it actually can keep up with the controls of VR and can actually be a user-friendly and fun experience. I don't know. Hopefully. And I think that's it. I mean, obviously it's not everything, but I think that's it. Oh yeah, also Verizon was there.
When I played Madden NFL as a kid, I created my player. I wanted to have super speed, super size, and of course handsome. So, to be able to be the player I am, it showed a lot of dedication.
That's so cool, and you achieved all of that. I don't know about the handsome one, but anyway, it's a great story.
I don't know if that was scripted or Mr. Diego here just thought that would be actually funny. I don't know. It's just a beautiful clip altogether. Overall, for me, it's a pretty decent year, but no Knack 3 or Bubsy for Smash or League of Legends 2. So I'm gonna have to give this year 2 out of 42 churros. Yeah, that sounds good. I think that's a pretty accurate rating.